to use water on water over the dam. See, I'm mixing it. Water over the under the bridge, water over the dam. How to use water over the dam to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, mixing my metaphors, which is called a malaphor. I just learned that online. When people mix up metaphors and they combine them, because sometimes people will say water under the dam or water over the bridge. I mean, because they mix them up. But they all mean the same thing. Something in the past, something that's past and is gone by like the past, can't be changed. It's not changeable. Then it's irrevocable. It's irretrievable. Once the water flows, you can't get it back unless there's some man-made interventions to change the route of the river, for example. Once something's been said or done, it cannot be changed. It's still been done. You might change and do something different in the future, but the thing that you said, the thing that you did, the experience that you had, we can't change that. We can't change the past. As much as many of us would like to change past circumstances, past events, we can't change them. There's other irrevocable and unchangeable things that happen in our lives, all of our lives, that we can't change. We can't change time. As far as I'm aware, time travel is not yet available. We can't change aging. Time is going by, our bodies are aging, we're all getting older, and at some point, we will all inevitably die. Once somebody dies, again, as far as I'm aware, we're not bringing, no, I'm not a good example of that because I did die and they did revive me, but once somebody really dies, they're usually gone from this dimension forever. It's irrevocable, it's irreversible. Anything that we've said or done, any experience that we've had, people coming in and out of our lives, actually anything any other person does or says, all of that, just like all of what we do and say, once it's in the past, once it's happened, it's happened. And we hopefully will learn from that, especially if it's a mistake, because who among us hasn't made mistakes? We'll learn from that. We won't make that mistake in the future. Hopefully we'll learn from our relationships. We'll learn from the people that come in and out of our lives. We will understand that things are always changing, but once the past has happened, we can't change that. Especially nowadays in this day and age of cell phones, everybody's walking around with a recording device. Chances are something from your past will get recorded and will be blown up all over the world. Now, not maybe you personally, but if your company's making waves and if you're being a disruptor, chances are something like that will break and will become a viral thing in this day and age of communication in the internet and media. The days of people doing and saying things that were inappropriate that they thought they weren't going to get caught for, those days are pretty much over. Look at the political scene. Look at the news. Stuff is popping up all the time. And a lot of times it's stuff from people's past. I mean, if somebody did or said something at a Halloween party 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I think it's ridiculous. This is my opinion, of course, that it gets brought up in the media and they lose their job over it. Now, that's just the way our political environment and our economy is right now. We're trying to hold people accountable for things that were, and then we're trying to change what things meant or what they meant when they did or said something, their intention. Nobody knows their intention. They don't even probably remember their intention from 20, 25 years ago. It's probably just to have fun or to be funny, right? I mean, I remember all the people that went around with the Bill Clinton masks in the Halloween that he was in. So, water over the dam, water under the dam. How can you use this to build and grow and supersize your business? Well, number one, know that we can't control what other people do and say. We can only control our response to that and what our business is going to do. We're going to have good and bad vendors come into our lives. We're going to have good and bad employees come into our lives. We're going to have good and bad experiences with customers. It's just inevitable. If you deal with enough people, if you interact with enough people, you can have positive experiences and negative experiences. But know that they're all going to change and we're going to learn from all of them. That's the biggest thing, is knowing that things will continue to change and that we can be a positive impactor and have a positive impact on the world by changing things for the good. And just knowing that things are always changing and that they can hopefully be always improving is how we want to address that in our businesses and to help them grow. Know that we're going to make mistakes, but we can learn from those mistakes and not make them again. That's part of the continually improving process of everything that we do. We can have a positive impact on the world, and instead of being a warning to people, we can be an example. We can be a good memory. We can be give them good experiences, and they will come back to our organization time and time again. Once you give someone a bad experience, the probability of them coming back to your business again is slim to none. And the really bad part of that is they'll usually go tell other people if they had a bad experience. People will tell 10 times more people if they had a bad experience than they will if they had a good experience. So we need to make sure that people are having an awesome experience with our business. Any way that they interact with us or any of our employees or any of the people that represent our business or any of our vendors, we want to make sure we're always leaving a positive impression. So those are some of the ways you can use water over the dam or water under the bridge to grow and supersize your business. I would love if you have a story of something in the past, a good lesson that you've learned. I mean, I've got great lessons that I've learned from the past. Bad business partners and how to choose a good partner in the future. Missed opportunities. You know, we all have a plethora of experiences, all kinds of experiences that we can share with one another and with other people, especially those in our organization, to help us learn from one another and to grow and make the world a better place. Because isn't that what we really want to accomplish with our businesses? Most of us, yes, a resounding yes. So go out, have an amazing day. Don't worry about water under the dam or water over the bridge. I just totally mixed that metaphor. Water over the dam or under the bridge, because things are inevitably going to change. And bottom line is, someday you're going to die and none of it's going to matter anyway. So have an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom, what it means, where it came from. This one didn't really have any history on it. I even looked it up online and couldn't find a history of where it came from. They had cited examples of where it's been used in writing. It's more of a spoken idiom than it is actually a written idiom. And so it's hard to trace back the history of those and the origin of those sayings and those words. So does it really matter? No. We just know it's popular and it does impact us. Have an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.